drones now.
Snap. She went there with the drone action. Yeah, like those little flying things. Next thing you know, you're in your yep, checking those home grows. Now, and that's another thing. Now, like here's the confusion for me, because you hear about all of these bans taking place with 266, and like literally when you see the list of locales that have enacted bans, like I had to scroll for like 8 seconds to get, and that's almost all of California. Like, I would have felt better if they would have just listed the places that were still cool, but maybe only having 3 names on that list would have been a little disheartening to people. But here's what people don't realize. If CCHI gets on the ballot and passes, what happens to AB 266?
It falls apart.
It disintegrates.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a couple little words and phrases in there that might stick, but everything else that's practical in there falls to the side. And we create a truly fair and equal access within the state to a commodity and or a
well, there's certain language within the CCI, and I can't remember it, but it talks about basically why the CCHI would supersede other elements. Okay, and that's what I want people to understand. It's like, because in theory, CCHI and the AUMA could both technically get all the signatures needed and could both technically end up on the ballot, right?
Absolutely possible. Yes.
Now, I know in baseball, like if you watch baseball, they have records and they keep records, and if this team wins the division, how do they do? Let's say they both make it onto the ballot, and let's say the people of California go out, and let's say they vote for both of these, and they both get voted with yeses, if you will. What happens?
It's literally a countdown of the numbers of yeses.
Versus.
Whoever has the most yeses, then the law stands, and anything they don't cover, then gets covered by the other, that brings up as well. They're both positive actions.
So in other words, if more people were to vote yes for CCHI, it would be considered like the presiding initiative.
Right. And I want to say something about that. These Judas goats, these people from normal.
I love this woman.
No,
I love attorneys that tell it how it is, especially like I've been able to sit back and watch all this on the forums, and for you to just come out and throw it, like I get to smile because I told you I wasn't going to have to talk, and you're about
what
to
was awesome?
I'm going to talk, and I'm swearing too.
James asked me, "Who's Letitia Pepper?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to bring her on the show."
Who asked you that?
Me.
James did.
Oh, you
Honestly,
did. Okay.
I got another. I've been reading like your posts and forums for years now.
Well,
At least like the last 3 to 5 years, I'm pretty sure.
back
I've been
from
seeing
Prop 19.
like I've seen so many posts, and I'm just like, I have to meet this person.
Except you haven't seen him in certain places. That's one reason when I have a chance to talk and not be censored, I'm going for it. Because
Get it in.
Dale Geringer from
Get it,
Normal,
girl.
and he also controls the Drug Policy Alliance chat group, right? He controls the Normal one. And then the guy, Dave Hodges and John Lee from Save Cannabis, man, they block me from posting anything on any site they control. Why? What is it they don't want people to know?
They don't want you to educate
now I'm going to
people.
call. These guys are fucking Judas goats.
And you know what? I challenge them to come in and try to... No, I am saying this right now, here, right now. I'd like them to come in and try to bring their initiatives up against CCHI. Speaking against you, me, Jeanette, they can't do it. They can't do it.
Well, I already know that. I'll tell you right now, I already know that because I've tried to send out feelers to get people from other initiatives, and I literally hear nothing back because I'm pretty sure as soon as they... Obviously, I jumped right in with CCHI as soon as I had the opportunity to say something when I got my show. Because, like I said, when I read one page that makes sense and keeps people out of cages and allows me to do my thing and not... I don't want to be Walmart. I want to stay at home. I want to grow my own. I want to be a boutique guy that's self-sufficient, self-reliant. Should I happen to have a friend that comes over that needs my help, I want to be able to help him, and I'm not trying to go corporate with that. And the CCHI allows me and my friends to operate the exact, and I'm going to say a phrase that people might not agree with, but guess what? Deal with that shit. It's going to allow everybody to deal the same way we've had to deal with the black market. And that's with relationships based on trust and based on like literally what is in your jar? Like what are you, sir? Are you giving me the best stuff you could possibly give me or are you giving me bullshit? And people have already been dealing with that now. All right? So every time it pisses me off because I see like we're looking at these free states apparently, but all we're hearing about, these other states are supposed to be catching up, but we're already going backwards in these states. Look at Oregon. Look at Washington. Look at Alaska. Look at Nevada. Look at California, the mecca of it all. We're sitting here spending a whole night tonight telling you that a takeover is coming. All right?
They're here.
They're here. And the thing is, all of that hard work that everybody talks about and says, oh, look at Jack's book, yay to Jack. You're shitting on him. Like, literally, you're shitting on him if you don't go out and make sure that what he wanted, make sure it happens. It's simple. It's a signature. Register to vote. It's a signature. Then go down, click a little button. It's like people. Well, the truth is, and I got to tell people, because sometimes for people, anytime you're experiencing a new activity, you might have anxiety. And voting can be one of those activities because there's people standing outside, vote for this person and don't vote that. And the next thing you know, you got the pocket protector people telling you how the devil's going to come down and strike you. And it can be different. But you can actually go in, people, and even if there's 900 things to be voted on, you can go find the one thing that pertains to you. You can mark that box, and you can leave all the other shit blank.
Oh, vote no on OMA.
Oh, well, of course, obviously. Well, my mistake, but I'm glad you're on that.
I got the swearing in, and I got the names in of Dale Geringer, and I can name.
Oh yeah,
more.
get back on your end, please.
This is important, okay? Because one of the things these horrible people, these Judas goats, have been doing is they've been telling people, and Lanny fucking Swerdlow in Riverside has been doing the same thing all across the Inland Empire. Okay, they're telling people sign all the petitions and vote yes for all the initiatives. And that is a political trick. It's called bullet voting. And what they do is they tell us, the sheep, vote for everything. But their fucking team knows, don't vote for everything, only vote for ours. So their initiative gets their votes, and ours only gets ours, and ours loses. So you have to tell your friends, no on OMA. They have to register and vote no on OMA and yes on CCHI.
OMA, A-U-M-A.
No on OMA.
A-U-M-A.
No on OMA. The adult use of, and the guy whose name is on it as a proponent, Sean Parker's name isn't on it as a proponent. He's funding it. But Dr. Donald Lyman's name is on it. And I don't know, did these guys talk to you about Dr. Donald Lyman?
I heard a little bit, but you know what? The audience needs to know. So let them know.
Let him tell you.
A real piece of work. No, Dr. Lyman's been an avid, and just think, and I resonate on his name. How ironic. He's been an avid anti-cannabis crusader for over 30 years. And is to this very day, as a proponent of CCHI, admits that he's
not CCHI, OMA.
No, I'm so sorry. As a proponent on UMA, he admits that he's an avid anti-cannabis crusader today.
Now, how do people? Here's what always amazes me: how does somebody that claim this is what people need to understand? Basically, somebody can claim that they're an avid anti-cannabis person, and guess what they can do? They can still go get money from a billionaire and support an initiative. That's a scary fucking thought.
It's because this is actually anti.
In other words, you have an anti